Hi there, I'm Alex, CEO and one of the co-founders of the Data City. This is just a short video to explain how trade associations and industry bodies use our platform. Mostly it's because trade associations are increasingly finding that there is no neat way to classify and identify all of the businesses that operate in the sector that they represent. So, for instance, one extreme, you have Innovate Finance, who use our data to map the fintech sector. There are no industrial classifications for fintech in SIC codes, and what we've done with them is comprehensive mapping of fintech across all of these verticals to capture over 5,000 incorporated entities that operate in the sector. And then what we're able to do is show not only firm level data, so you can actually see the companies, and you can use that for all sorts of things like outreach for membership, but also to track what's going on or find interesting innovations in the space. But you can also produce things like industry reports where you might be looking to make the case for the contribution to the UK economy, lobbying government and other policy influencers, with statements about size, growth metrics, 19% growth, way above national averages, a GVA contribution, GDP contribution of your sector. We have some really useful integrations as well, so we can also point you to the jobs and the skills that have been advertised by your sector, the value of the jobs, trends over time, and how to meet the demands of that sector so that we can support its growth on an ongoing basis. You can also point to the attractiveness of the sector for investment. So here we have a deal room integration, which is showing the number of rounds and amount raised for the fintech sector, but if we could break that down by vertical, you can do all sorts of analysis on which verticals are driving the growth in the sector. Obviously cryptocurrencies were big for a bit, but maybe not so much anymore. But equally, we have sort of industry bodies that have been representing traditional sectors, so Royal Society of Engineering use our platform and our data, and the challenge they've got is that the definition of engineering again isn't really captured by SIC codes anymore. There are a lot of companies operating in, say, agri-tech who are ticking farming as a SIC code, but actually they are manufacturing robotic solutions for crop spraying or drones. They may also overlap with sectors like space, which again doesn't have a neat SIC code definition, so and is one of the sectors we're mapping with DCIT at the moment. Essentially it's that ability to say exactly how big is the sector that the trade association represents, how many of them are members, how many of them are not members, and perhaps you could outreach to, may not see themselves as an organisation that should join a society like the Royal Society of Engineering or FinTech Association, but actually by explaining how you're relevant and how you can help them through representation may change that picture. And then obviously through being able to truly represent the importance and impact of that sector in a policy and lobbying context, both in the UK and internationally. Okay, thank you very much.